Alright, hope you guys have been getting on well with your practice. For the last week, we're going to change direction completely, and this week we're looking at reggae rhythms. So, it's really sort of groove-based music, and it's not particularly, it doesn't involve fast playing, and it's not particularly difficult, but getting the right feel is important. So that's what we'll be looking at this week. Also, this week's tune is going to be I'm Yours by Jason Mraz, and we'll look into playing the intro later in the video. However, let's start with some reggae basics. So what we're going to be doing is, it's all on the offbeat, and we're going to look at playing it on the offbeat, but first I'm going to slow it right down for you, and we're going to put the beats on 2 and 4, so you get the sort of idea of what the feel should be like. So if I'm counting, my count is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my count. I'm going to be playing a C chord, but I'm playing a C5, and that's on your screen right now. Very similar to a C, but this is it's a more straighter sounding chord because it's missing the third. Anyway, so here's our C5. Here's our rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see I'm not hitting on the 1 or the 3. I'm hitting what would be called the backbeat. So that's on 2 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see as I'm speeding up, it sounds a bit more appropriate. Anyway, let me play it at full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So another important thing about playing reggae is how long the notes last. If I let them ring out, it doesn't sound very choppy, which is what you need for reggae music. So what I'm doing is, as I'm playing down, I'm muting my strings with my hand there, with my palm. Another way to do this is varying the pressure that you're putting on the string. So as you're playing the chord, you apply pressure with your left hand. As soon as you don't want the chord to ring out anymore, you release a little bit, and then what that'll do is mute the strings that you fretted. Like that. Another chord to try with would be your B flat, which we looked at last week. That chord there. It works perfectly well with this chord because you're fretting every single string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So my attack with my right hand is quite quick there. And also you can see that I'm applying pressure only when I want the note to ring. So another reggae rhythm that you can play is by playing a down stroke followed by an up stroke on the 2 and the and. So it would be 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now let me play that full tempo. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Or you can flip that over and then play the 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be using the first of those two rhythms for our song later. Alright, so another rhythm you can look at. So we've looked at playing a down and up stroke on the 2 and the and also the 4 and the and. Let's do that for one rhythm. So now we're playing a down up on the 2 and the and also on the 4 and the and. Let's do that with the B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And you can see what I'm doing with my hand there. My hand's constantly moving, and that's to help maintain a groove and keep the rhythm really steady. It's acting almost like a pendulum. Now obviously, now I'm counting quite quickly, and that's not the actual tempo of the song, it's half of that. Okay, now the reason I've slowed down the tempo initially, well, slowing the tempo but doubling the time, is so you get the idea that you're landing on the 2 and the 4. If my count would be at this tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, all my hits land on the offbeat, like this. 1. Now to help you, just vocally, if you think of boom, ta da boom, da da boom, da da boom, da da, you know, the boom is on a click. That's on the beat, and then everything in between, that's where you're playing the rhythm. So if you, even if you're doing the one downstroke, boom, ta, boom, ta, boom, ta, boom, ta. Think of the bass drum hitting, boom, ta, ta, boom, ta, boom, ta. Essentially, in reggae music, you're playing the part of the snare drum. So the downbeat, that's the bass drum, you're playing on the offbeat. And it's all a feel thing. Anyway, we'll get used to that. So bear in mind that you are playing on the offbeat, the 2 and the 4 at a quicker tempo, if that helps you count. But at the actual tempo, you're just playing on the offbeat. So you're playing on the ands of each beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Anyway, let's have a look at Jason Mraz now. Okay, so Jason Mraz, I'm Yours. It's a 4-chord sequence, so you already know all the chords for it. We're going to include the C5 that we played at the beginning of this video. Now you can play this with one finger, your 3rd finger if you like, if you bar the 1st string and the 2nd string on the 3rd fret, or you can play it as I do with my 2nd and 3rd finger, like that. So we start with our C5, then we've got a G, now we've got the A minor, and then finally F. Now that runs through most of the song. There is one other chord, and we'll take a look at that later. It's a diminished chord, and we'll get to it. Right, anyway, let's have a look at just playing the rhythm part. So like we discussed earlier in the video, we are playing on the 2 and the 4, or rather the offbeat. My count is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're playing it on the offbeat in between that. And we're playing down, up, down. So that's down, up on the first offbeat, and then down on the last one. So pay close attention to how I'm muting the strings. It takes some time to develop the techniques to make it really, really choppy. However, I want you to bear that in mind when you're practicing it. Anyway, so we're going to be learning how to play the intro. The intro is quite easy, but it's a bit tricky when you're trying to play both the rhythm parts and the melody parts. So it starts with a slide from the 3rd fret up to the 5th fret. You're using 2 fingers to play that. The tabs are on screen. Just like that. So that's the first part. Now, like I said before, you can use 1 finger and bar it. I like using 2. And I'm using my 1st and 2nd finger, my I and M finger, to pull the strings towards me and pluck them that way. And then you're playing the 3 again, so. Try and play the riff with me now. We're coming on the 4 and, so on the offbeat from the 4 if I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that note, the 3rd fret, that's on the first beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're into the rhythm. Now the next riff, you are going to be playing almost the same thing. So you're starting on the 3rd fret the same way that we did in the first lick. up to the 5th fret. Now we're playing the top half of a G chord. So, let's hear it in context. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now why don't you try playing that with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's have it with the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can hear you're straight in with that rhythm there, straight in with the chord. It's a bit tricky, but we play through it really slowly and hopefully you'll get it. Right, let's have a look at lick number 3. Lick number 3 has a similar idea, but now you're no longer playing the same fret and sliding. You're playing fret 2 on the 3rd string and 3 on the 2nd string. And you're sliding that up 2 frets. Like that. And now you're playing strings 2 and 3 open after that. So in context, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Now with the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 3, 4. Now, why don't you try playing that with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Now, lick number 4, last one. This one's really, really easy. So it's a similar timing, but now you're only playing the open 2nd and 3rd string. And that's the lead into the last chord, the F. So, let's hear that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again with correct timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let me slow that down, and why don't you try playing it with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see what I'm doing there, I'm playing my 2 open notes there, and then I'm straight on with that F chord. So it's almost like a hammer-on, but there's a bit of a gap, so don't worry about so much getting it bang on with a hammer-on there, but be ready for the chord when you are strumming. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Why don't we try putting that all together? So we're going to be playing the intro licks as well as the chords. I'll be playing through it with you quite slow. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like that, Jason Mraz, I'm yours. Right, so what I want you to do this week to practice, I'm going to give you backing tracks at different speeds with this song. I want you to try playing just the intro licks without the chords, just the chords, and also, of course, trying to put that together. Now, only play it at the rhythms that you feel comfortable with, but always try and push yourself to a quicker rhythm, just so you can get everything much tighter at the end of the day. Also, in the email attachment this week, you'll have a couple of different backing tracks and chord sheets just as PDF files to look through, and you can have different rhythm exercises to play through as well, but they'll be in backing track format too, so you can just sort of have a jam with some of the new rhythms that you've learned, and also some of the new chords that you've learned over the last few weeks. Anyway, I hope you get along well with your practice this week. Enjoy playing, and I shall see you next week.